Okay, so now we're going to create our first blog post. And you may have already noticed that here it says posts. And just like with the pages, we can go into all posts to see them. There's already the default one set there that WordPress has done. We don't need to worry about that. To add our own brand new post, we go to Add New. And just like we did with pages, we can put the title in. So the title of this blog post could be, why do you need a virtual assistant? So that will be the title. And then here you can do your blog post. You'll see as well that the permalink again is as the title, and you can edit that just by clicking on edit like you do with the pages. And as before, you can start writing your blog post. I tend to do mine no less than 350 words, which doesn't take long at all to write. Sometimes I break it up with images, but more often than not, I'll break it up with headings, and I do those by changing the text to heading 3 or 2 or whatever you want it to be. And don't forget that you need to save the draft throughout and that you can preview how it looks at any time. So why do you need a virtual assistant? And that's by me, and that's the date, and then there's nothing else there, obviously, because we've not written anything yet. Now you'll notice here it says uncategorized. So to get rid of that, what we do is we add a category. So one of my own categories on my VA website is small business tips. Add new category. And then I'm going to have that as that. And let's preview again. And you can see it comes under small business tips. Now, I think you may remember at the beginning of the course we talked about, or I talked about in the glossary of terms, the difference between categories and tags. So this is, as I say, a category. And when you've got more and more blog posts on your website, it'll be really useful for people to be able to go through the categories and pick up blog posts that are relevant to them. So small business tips, or some other ones that I've got on my website, is social media tips, bookkeeping tips, etc., etc. Just makes it easier for people to find what they're looking for, so they don't have to scroll through endless blog posts just to find something that may interest them. Okay, so we've set the category, and we can also set some tags as well. We could put something like why a VA, VA tips, business tips, or anything like that. Things that are relevant. Once you've written your blog post, you'll think of other keywords. It's another way to think about it. You'll think of other keywords that you want to put in there. And then again, we want to set a featured image so that when you share your blog post on social media, a nice image comes through and it makes it a little bit more inviting for people to read it. So what I'm going to do first, before I do that, is copy the title of the post. I'm going to go into set featured image, and I uploaded one earlier. There it is there. And I'm going to put what I just copied, so the title of the blog post, in there. And again, you could add your business name if you like, and your location. I'm going to copy that and put it in alternative text as well, and set that as my featured image. There we go. Now another good trick that you can do is you can either publish it immediately, or you can save it as a draft so you can come back to it another time, or you can schedule it. So sometimes personally I have a flurry sometimes of what I think are good ideas for blog posts, and I don't want to throw them all out there in one go. It's nicer if you can maybe scatter them around a little bit and schedule them. So if I've got a lot that in my mind, then I will schedule them to go out every couple of weeks, or maybe every week or every month, entirely up to you. but it's really nice to be able to do that. Okay, so something else I've just noticed I want to show you. I'm going to publish that before I do. And what I want to show you is this date here, the Americanized date here. So personally, I don't like that. I don't want people to see when I publish the blog post. I don't want them to look at the link and in a couple of years think, oh, this is 2 years old. I don't want to read that. It's not relevant. So I'm going to get rid of that. And also, you don't want people to see how frequently you're perhaps putting them out there. So this is called a permalink. And what I'm going to do, if you go to Settings, Permalinks, and then you can decide how you want your permalinks to display. And I tend to go for this one so that it shows the website name followed by the title of the page or the post. So I'm going to set it as that and then go to Save Changes. And we'll go back to the post now. So we go to Posts, All Posts. Why do you need a virtual assistant? Let's go into there. And you'll see that that date has gone. So I prefer that. Maybe you will too. Okay. And that is our first post. So now, when we go to Pages, All Pages, click on our blog page. And then up here, you can view page. You could have also done preview changes and look at it that way. But let's go to view page so that it opens out. And there we go. There's your blog post on your blog page. Yay! Well done.